I never thought I'd be the kind of man telling a story like this. I believed my marriage was built on trust, love, and a bond no one could break. But sometimes betrayal doesn't come crashing in all at once, it seeps in slowly, disguised as advice, growth, or even healing. My wife, Emily, had been struggling after her mother passed away. She felt lost, disconnected, like she wasn't herself anymore. Naturally, I encouraged her to find support. She started seeing a therapist, someone who had recently gone through her own divorce. At the time, I thought therapy was the best thing for her. I thought it would help her heal. I didn't realize that this therapist's words would plant the seed that would destroy everything we had. One night, Emily came home from her session looking lighter, almost excited. She told me her therapist had suggested something unconventional. Sometimes, she said, when people feel stuck in life or relationships, they need space to rediscover themselves. It's not about leaving, just slightly opening the marriage. Exploring. Seeing what's out there, so you can come back stronger. I laughed at first. I thought she was joking. But she wasn't. She looked at me with this strange mix of hope and fear in her eyes. "It doesn't mean I don't love you," she said. "It means I need to find myself again." The therapist thinks it could actually make us stronger. My stomach dropped. Stronger? How could inviting someone else into what we built make us stronger? Everything in me wanted to scream no, but I also saw how fragile she was. She was hurting, and I didn't want to be the reason she broke even more. So, against every instinct in my body, I agreed to consider it. We set rules. Boundaries. She promised it would be nothing physical at first, just conversations, connections, harmless attention to help her feel alive again. I wanted to believe her. I told myself it was temporary. I told myself this was about her healing, not about me losing her. But lies have a way of unraveling on their own. It started small. She'd stay late at yoga class or spend hours texting with a new friend from her support group. I noticed her smile at her phone in a way she hadn't smiled at me in months. She started dressing differently, putting on makeup even when she said she was just running errands. And the intimacy between us, it vanished. The woman who once couldn't fall asleep unless her head was on my chest now slept facing the other side of the bed. One night, I finally couldn't take it anymore. She had left her phone on the nightstand, and I picked it up. My hands shook as I scrolled. And there it was, messages, pictures, late-night plans. She wasn't just rediscovering herself. She was having a full-blown affair. I confronted her the next morning. My voice cracked as I asked, "Is this what your therapist meant? Is this what finding yourself looks like?" She didn't even cry. She didn't even deny it. She just sighed, like she was tired of pretending. "I didn't plan for it to go this far," she whispered. "But I feel alive again. For the first time in years, I feel like me. I still love you, but I can't give this up right now." Those words cut deeper than any scream could have. She still loved me, but not enough to choose me. Not enough to stop. In that moment, I realized something painful. The therapist hadn't given her permission to heal. She had given her permission to betray. To step outside the vows we made, without guilt. And Emily had grabbed onto that permission with both hands. I wish I could tell you I fought for her. That I begged her to come back, that we rebuilt what was broken. But the truth is, I couldn't. Because once trust is shattered, no amount of love can glue the pieces back together without leaving scars. So, we separated. I packed my bags with tears burning my eyes, knowing that the woman I built a life with was now a stranger. A stranger who had chosen rediscovery over loyalty. Looking back now, I realize I made one mistake. I sacrificed my own boundaries to protect hers. I ignored my gut. I silenced my instincts because I didn't want to seem controlling or unsupportive. But love isn't about allowing betrayal in the name of growth. Love is about facing struggles together, not looking for answers in someone else's arms. If you're listening to this and your partner ever suggests slightly opening the marriage, hear me clearly. It doesn't stay slight. It doesn't stay safe. Once that door is cracked, you can't control what comes through it. I walked away with a broken heart, yes. But I also walked away with clarity. I deserve someone whose version of healing doesn't involve breaking me in the process. And if Emily needed to find herself by losing me, then maybe the best thing I could do was let her go. So here I am. Healing. Slowly. Quietly. On my own terms. And if there's one thing I've learned from all of this, it's that love built on conditions, exceptions, and loopholes isn't really love at all. It's just a slow goodbye.